I'm here with Matthew and Wendy from Mayo Clinic, and we're excited to have you here. Certainly a wonderful journey that we're all on, and so we'd just like for you to tell us who you are, what you're doing, and just so we can get to know you a little bit.
Well, I'm Wendy Frost, and I am a Senior Gift Planning Officer at Mayo Clinic. So that means I have the privilege of working with generous folks like Mr. Schuler, in particular with kind of non-cash assets like this very unique car. And so often, people do express an interest in wanting to do something, wanting to give back or make a difference, but they don't always think of such unique, very special assets like this car. So it's just an honor and a privilege for us to get to participate in this wonderful gift from Mr. Schuler.
And my name is Matthew Dacey. I serve as the Director of Heritage Hall, the Museum of Mayo Clinic, and it's my privilege to share the great stories of our institution, connecting our history with our current activities and our vision for the future. And this remarkable gift ties it up with a bow. The Mayo practice began here in Indiana. The first Dr. Mayo, William Worrell Mayo, received his medical degree from the Indiana Medical College in LaPorte. So the first patients that he served were people here in Indiana, and we've now come full circle because this wonderful gift will fuel cancer research for the 21st century. And so you think of all the people who will be helped by the discoveries and the activities in our laboratories, our classrooms, our clinical areas made possible by this gift. It will just accelerate our discoveries going forward.
A lot of people, Wendy, you mentioned that, maybe thinking, boy, it'd be really wonderful to support the research and all the wonderful things that are happening at Mayo, and perhaps timing or maybe liquidity in terms of cash is not available right now. But can you just share, can folks like Mr. Schuler, non-cash assets, I mean, it's pretty simple. They can call you and, they can do that pretty simply, can't they?
We're always happy to have those discussions with people. There's a lot of different ways to make a gift, and there's different gift vehicles that can be used depending on their needs. We're always try to make this as meaningful to our donors as possible, and of course, just like we're very patient-centric in our medical care, we're also very donor-centric. So this is all about the donor and what would be the most meaningful to them, and what are their goals and what do they want to accomplish with this gift. So we're always happy to provide information and just have discussions along what they'd like to accomplish with their gift.
Yes.
And we also keep the story alive. We have a group called the Mayo Legacy, and so we honor Mr. and Mrs. Schuler in perpetuity for their giving. This is a society of people who live in all 50 states and many countries around the world, and we capture their stories, we remember them, we celebrate them in different ways. So this car will be sold at your great auction, but it will always be kind of a part of Mayo Clinic and have a special place in our hearts. We're going to find ways to tell that story, make a display, keep it alive, to honor the Schulers, of course, but then perhaps inspire others as well.
And this, of course, is a car, and those of us that are passionate car enthusiasts, that perhaps those watching have wanted a Tucker, maybe just like John did, and a lot of us have observed that. And usually when we buy a car, we get a car, and that's wonderful. Not too often in our auction profession, in the collector car community, do we get an opportunity to not just get a car and the story that's associated with it, but know that so many wonderful things are going to happen. And so for myself, as the owner of an auction company, as a car enthusiast, but also someone who is very passionate about helping other people, I just like to challenge those of you watching to not just watch what we're doing, participate in what we're doing, but also to think about what you can do, just like Mr. Schuler, and use that as an inspiration to think about how you could do something just like this. And you see what he's doing, you see the people that are doing this and helping Mayo process these types of things, and they can do that for you. So I really hope that there's a lot of wonderful, exciting things that come out of this, and some that we don't even know about. So we, again, thank you guys so much for being here, and we're excited for the auction, and we know that we'll have you folks may even be available on site during the auction. If you're interested to explore that, you can do it right here in Auburn in the auction, August 31st, and I'm sure you might even be reachable by phone if they couldn't make it here. And so we'll look forward to hearing from those folks and having a great auction.
It's a lot about passion. Your passion is for this car, and Mr. Schuler, Mrs. Schuler, and our passion is for a healthier future. Great combination.
Absolutely.